I'm back for another Flosstube update. It's been 2 weeks since my last video, and what a 2 weeks it has been. We've had a holiday, and we've had a work trip, and we've had, you know, just the life of kids and doing all the things that kids do, and it's been really busy. But believe it or not, I have gotten quite a lot of stitching done. It's been very exciting how much I've been able to accomplish, especially in the last week. So we had Halloween. It was great. We went to all the houses and all the places and trick-or-treated with friends and did all of that. And then there was no school on the next Monday or Tuesday. So daylight savings was on Sunday, and that Monday and Tuesday there was no school. And I'm thinking, the schools really did something this year, because they were like, no, we don't want the kids back full of Halloween candy, and we don't want the kids back when they're trying to deal with daylight savings. So lucky us parents, we got to do it all on our own. And then my husband left on early Monday morning before everyone was asleep. He left for a work trip and was working out of the state. He is still gone. He comes home late tonight, though. We are very excited. It has been a long 8 days of no daddy. But my 10-year-old, he says, last night at dinner, he goes, I'm just starting to forget about dad. Like, dude, it's been like 8 days. Pretty sure you haven't forgotten him. He just says things like that all the time. He's quite a character. But anyways, dad was gone. So there was no school Monday or Tuesday. And then Tuesday night, the school sent out a text saying that just my kids' school, there are multiple elementary schools in this district, just my kids' school had a pipe burst and flood certain parts of the school. So school was canceled on Wednesday. And then Wednesday night, it was canceled again for Thursday. So I basically had all kids home all day, all by myself for 8 days in a row. And I'm feeling it today. I'm feeling a little bit crazy at this point. Feeling like a husk of a human. It's okay. We survived it. Every time this happens, or something like when this happens, there's multiple kids home all day and no dad. I think, how do I survive the summertime every year? Like, how do I do that? I must just be living on like half of human function the whole summer, and I just get used to it by the end, and then school starts again and kids are back and I'm like, oh yeah, I am a person actually. Because I just wonder how the heck I survive all summer. Anyways, what else did we do? So husband was gone. So we really just hung out at home. We chilled. We had friends over a few times, went to friends' houses a few times for my other mom friends who were going crazy inside with all the kids because it is cold outside. It is very sunny, but it is very cold. We went to Costco once just to get out of the house, and my mom actually picked up my son on Saturday last week and took him for his special one-on-one grandma day. They went up to a theater near us called the Fat Cats and went to, it was like some new Halloween kids movie. I don't even know what it was called. And they have like big cushy armchairs, recliners, and had pizza delivered to them in the theater. And he just thought that was the greatest possible thing that could happen. And then they played in the arcade games after for a while. So he just had a fabulous day. So now 2 of my kids have had their special grandma time, one-on-one time, and The little one gets hers on Thursday night. Grandma's going to take her to Disney, Encanto, and Frozen, I think. Encanto and Frozen on ice. So we haven't told her. Obviously, I will not be telling her until Grandma's on her way to get her. But she will be very excited to do that. Okay, sorry, I guess you just got life right at the beginning there. We'll get into stitching now. I have 3 stitching finishes, and they're not small. I have 3. What even got into me? What happened? I don't know. I sat on my butt a lot the last week, trapped in the house with kids, I guess. So, first finish I'll show you is very, very exciting. It is Anne Morrison from Hands Across the Sea. I have finished now 3 Hands Across the Sea charts. This is the first one I finished that has not been a red sampler. The other 2 are red samplers. So it is very, very exciting to have one finished. There are almost 500 eyelets in this chart. Most of them are down in the bottom half. Well, they all are in the bottom half actually. So when I picked Anne up, I was just on a finishing roll. I picked her up and I was like, I'm just getting her done. She can be done. I had to this letter. I had like this whole chunk left to do here, which is mostly just letters and things, which you don't take too long to do. These letters took a while to do because of all the back stitch around them. But like all the eyelets and specialty stitches were finished by this point. So she is finished. She's beautiful. I love her. She is stitched on 46 count porcelain from Lakeside Linens. It has just the barest hint of pink in it. It's so pretty. I am very, very, very excited to have her done. So that is one of my finishes that I had. Another finish I had that is actually fresh off my hoop this morning, because when I came downstairs, I looked at it and I was like, oh my gosh, I can get this done. Like, there's no reason this project should still not be done. It is not that big. I think I have the chart sitting right here actually. And that is Liberty House from With Thy Needle and Thread. This has been a whip for a while. I think I started it early this summer. And here it is. It is stitched on 40 count old sheet from XJU Designs with all of the called for colors. I kitted this chart when I went to the Acorns and Threads Retreat, Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit. Some people call it Pinwis. I kitted it at the attic while I was there and finally got it stitched and done. Let's see. There's no specialty stitches in it. It's all crosses. When I picked it up, I was about here on the house and I had none of the tree and none of those letters. So I was about here. So I did all of that in the last day and a half. So like I said, it just lingered for so long, but it took me a day to finish it. Like, but it's so pretty. This color is just amazing. It's Country Redwood from the Gentle Art. I loved stitching with that red. So it is done. I love it. I'm so happy to have another one taken out of my pile. And XJU linen is my favorite. It's my favorite. It is so lovely to stitch on. And then when you iron it, when you're all done, whatever fabric softener or scented something she's using in her linens comes back out when you're ironing it. I'm like, oh, that's so great. So I'm very excited to have this done. And my last finish, also a very, very exciting finish, is Santa Stops Here from With Thy Needle and Thread. I loved stitching this chart. I loved everything about stitching this chart. Every single moment stitching it. And here it is, all finished. It's so cute. I love it. I stitched it as called for. There's no specialty stitches other than back stitch. And then there are beads and a bow in the roof. Oh, there are some satin stitches down here. I lie, in the door. There's supposed to be a doorknob in that door too, but I forgot about it. And I'd already stitched the white, so whatever. Once I got that house done, I got the house done, most of the house done last year. And so the rest just like felt easier to do. Even though it was a lot of color changes, a lot of stopping and starting, it just felt easier to get going through it. The beads I used in the wreath, I just pulled from stash. These are Mill Hill 42027. And then just like kind of an iridescent silvery gold. They're not really too gold. I think the inside is gold, but the outside is silver. I just really liked the look of that. And then the ribbon I used, I think I got it at Walmart. It's a 1/8 of an inch ribbon. So exciting. Oh, this is stitched on 36 count maple bar from Cedar River Linens. So 3 big finishes. Very, 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 very exciting. Okay, I just was on a roll. I finished Santa Stopped Here and I was like, what else can I finish? What else can I finish? I pulled out Ann Morrison and then I stitched on other things. And then I was like, okay, what else can I finish? It feels good to get some of these out of the whip pile. Okay. I did stitch on other whips. Oh shoot. What's caught in here? Fabric? Okay, this one I only have the PDF for. Didn't mean to pull out all these threads. I actually remembered my iPad this time. Unbelievable. Oh my gosh, get off of here. Okay, so this whip I worked on is called A Quaker Dwelling by Kathy Barrick. I started this with Christy. Her channel is Crosshatch Quilts. It has been a while since I've worked on this one, but I just had an urge to stitch with NPI. And this is where it's at now. I'm stitching this on 40 count Saltbush from Fox and Rabbit with all of the called for NPI silks. They are beautiful and so buttery soft. So what did I do? I wanted to make it to the top because there's quite a bit of excess fabric, which just makes it cumbersome for stitching. So what did I do? No, it didn't work over there. I worked here. I did this little bit of brick so that I could get to this window and to this little bit of brick so I could get to the roof. So I got to the roof. I did a few layers of colors in the roof and then just made my way to the very top of the roof and did the chimney and this bird so that I could count off the bird to do this big motif right here. And this is the top of the chart. So I've made it from the bottom to the top now, which feels really good. This is a dense, dense, dense project. And sometimes when you're stitching on something that is so overwhelmingly dense and big, it feels good to have your margins. It makes it feel more doable for me to see the end. Like I can see this is as far as it goes. It's just limited to here. And when I can cut the fabric down, it makes it feel less huge. Like, I don't know, maybe that's weird, but that's just how my brain looks at it. So it feels so much more like, oh, okay, I can do this now that I can see all of it. So the next time I work on this, I will work on getting these other 2 windows in and then coming up and finishing. So the house has full borders, and then it'd be really nice to finish this motif here and this motif, and then the other 2 that go here, and keep working through the brick, because the brick is really easy to do. Once you get all the mortar in, then it's just like filling in and filling here and popping colors where they go, which is easy. So I had a lot of fun stitching on this. I think I did all of this just in one stitching session one day, so it wasn't terrible. So there is that one. You will wait later. Okay, and then another whip I worked on, my friend Bernadette, she's Burn Stitches. Her husband was also working out of town, so we decided to do one of our old-fashioned slumber parties where we stitch on a themed project every day and send updated pictures of what we're stitching on. So every day we kind of had a theme for a few days going. The first day was Christmas. That's when I finished Santa Stops Here. And the second day she chose hats. So I pulled out Maria Ewan because it had been a while since I stitched on her. Ooh, stay in there. She is big. I need to cut excess fabric off of her too. Okay, so here is Maria. This is what she's looking like now. Ooh, itchy eye. So when I pulled her out to stitch on her for our slumber party day, I worked on this flower and I did this whole deer on the chunk of grass. And that's all I got accomplished that day. I got a migraine and it was really hard to see the tiny holes that day. So that's all I got done for one of those days. But it's more than I had last time. So that's okay. She's like a 500-year project, I'm sure. She's being stitched on 46 count buttermilk from Color and Cotton, with all of the called for 103 silks. 2 projects I need to cut fabric down on now. And then I can turn this off. I worked on both of these whips. Oh, another day that we had chosen was houses, big houses, work on a big house. No problem here. I got a million charts that way. So I pulled out a Yuletide Welcome from Plum Street Samplers. I am stitching this with all of the called for threads on the called for fabric, which is 36 count buttercream, vintage buttercream, 36 count vintage buttercream from Lakeside Linens. This is a big old gal. Oh no, there it is. So I wanted to get to the house. So I started with this plant. So I'd only gotten to about here. So I extended the grass over and I put in this plant base. There's a big like flower top that goes here. So I put in this plant base so that I could count off of it to get to the house. The house is huge, as are most Paulette houses. I love the color it's being stitched in though. It's a heirloom gold, I think, or it's Grecian gold. It's one of those. This is just like halfway. It goes up, I think, this much more at least. This is not the top of the house by any means. That's just where the page break was. And I wanted to get like the bones of it. And it's just solid fill-in. Once you get these windows, it's just solid like those palettes are. So it's big, but I love the colors on this one. Look at the little Santa. He's just so cute. So this is another 400-year project. It's going to take me to stitch. But at least the colors are gorgeous. So there's that one. And then one more whip. Oh, it's in this same folder. Ugh. Oh my gosh, just fold up and go in there. Okay, and then I worked on this project for about 2 seconds, and that is Christmas at Hollyberry Farm from Stacy Nash. I don't even want to take the time to put it on the board because I literally did one little thing. This is being stitched on Mermaid's Firewood from Dames the Needle, 36 count. All I did was one frond. That's it. I did the one frond and said, I am not feeling this today. So that is all the whips. Oh no, I have one more whip. Oh my gosh, I really stitched them a lot, didn't I? I have one more whip, which was also a new start. One of our days was work on a small. And I don't have any. I do have a few smalls. Do I? I have one autumn trio small that's not finished. I don't think I have any other smalls other than the one Hands Across the Sea that's on 56 count. And I think it's only small because it's on 56 count. So I was like, I'm going to start one then. And I was missing having a red sampler because I finished my last red sampler. So I was missing having it. So I bought this chart off of Etsy. It is called Dash Away All from Calico Confectionery. Because it gives you red sampler vibes and it's Christmas. So I started this and this is my progress. I'm stitching this on 40 count Cream and Sugar from Fiber on a Whim. And I am using SWA 103 in the color 681. I did not want to stop stitching on this. It's so pretty. It's gonna be a big pillow. It's so pretty. I love it. There's something just really, really great about stitching such a bright red on a white color. It's just, I love it. It's very satisfying. So I'll probably stitch on this one again in the next week, because then I could probably get it finished, because there's only 2 more rows, I think, maybe 3 more rows of names, but they go pretty quickly. Letters. Okay, now I'm officially done with whips and finishes. So I do have some haul. I feel like it's been a while since I've had haul. Okay, earlier this summer, I pre-ordered the new French General Joie de Vivre from Fat Quarter Shop. So I got my jelly roll in of Joie de Vivre, and in that pre-order, I also got myself a mini charm pack. Yeah, it's French General, yes. So I got that. Jody from Cedar River Linens released 3 new colors, and I was so torn on the 2 tan colors. I didn't know which one I wanted to get, so I ended up just getting the one that I knew for sure that I wanted, which is Alpen Glow. It is a 46 count. I got half of it, and I am so glad I did, because it is gorgeous. I love it so much. It reminds me of my favorite Extrude color, Latte. It is like a tan, like a neutral tan with almost purple undertones, but it's not purple. It's like grayish. It is so pretty. I love it. I want to find something to put on it because it's so pretty. So I got a half of this in 46 count. And then I was watching Brenda and Laura, as you do, and they had all 3 colors and they were showing them in their video, and stunning. So I immediately went on and ordered 2 more, the other 2 colors. They have not shipped yet. I think she's just been flooded with orders of these 3 colors, but they are going to be beautiful. So then this was, oh my gosh, this is like 3 weeks ago that I ordered these because they came before I would have filmed 2 weeks ago. So I've had these sitting in my basket for a while. I got some fabrics from Hobby House. I had started that project for Audrey's birthday on 56 count Lallybrock from Tabby Cat. And it is such a delicious fabric to stitch on that I knew I wanted another piece just to have in stash. And so I did get another fat quarter of Lallybrock Subdued in 56 count from Tabby Cat. It is just a really, really nice fabric to stitch on. I don't want to get these all mislabeled. I hate this paper bag situation. Hate it. So then I was like, well, my 56 count drawer is really sad and lonely. And so I got a half of 56 count Needle and Flax Thornfield, which is one of my favorite colors from Rachel. And this was cut horrendously. I don't know who cut it, but like, look at I'm just glad it's not shorted at least, but like, my gosh, what happened? Someone slipped. But it's okay. It's beautiful. It's one of those perfect lightly modeled neutrals. And then I also got, oh, okay. Hobby House. They will, every couple of months, they have this for this year. They have an exclusive color from Tabby Cat that you can only get through them, and it's only available for a certain amount of time. And this last one, so there's a new one currently that I've already ordered and it's coming. You might still be able to get this one. I'm not sure. It's called Scarborough Fair. And I got 2 cuts of this. My other cut has not come yet. But this is 40 count Scarborough Fair from Tabby Cat. It is like a beautiful kind of dingy robin egg blue with very light modeling. Oh, it's so, so pretty. So this is a 40 count. And I also got a half in 46 count, which has not come yet. They sent off what they had, and in the little paper they said it's coming for my other piece. So there's that one. It might still be available, I'm not sure. And then the last little piece I got, which was kind of a disappointment, I ordered 56 count Creme Brulee Subdued from Tabby Cat. This is just an 1/8, so it's not a quarter, but I ordered Subdued. Methinks this is not subdued. It's horrendous. The back's not much better. I hate it. I hate it. It is terrible. I don't like it at all. I don't like original creme brulee. I like the subdued one. This is definitely not subdued. No, this is not it. Don't like it. Very unhappy. I did email them because this is definitely not what I ordered, but I have not heard anything back from them. But so just beware when you're ordering any of the subdueds. Sometimes you might not get them, because I know that I have another friend who had the same problem with the subdued versions of the Tabby Cats through Hobby House. But you win some, you lose some. Okay, so cross stitch plans. I did, oh gosh, this ribbon is just coming unraveled everywhere in all this stuff over here. So I did kit up a project from this book by Veronique Engenger. Audrey, am I saying that right? You speak French. Veronique Engenger. Right? Because the, hick in me wants to say ginger, but I don't think that's right. But I also don't speak French. So I kitted up this project from this book because I found this frame at TJ Maxx. Isn't that beautiful? It's perfectly Christmassy. So I thought this would be really pretty in this frame. So I kitted it. I counted it out because they don't give you stitch counts on these charts. And it's like very close. On 46 count, it's like touching the size of the frame. So I thought maybe I would just omit the kids in it and just do the tree and do it on like a 40. So it's just the tree in this frame. It's kitted. I have it kitted with just the DMC. By the way, look how cute this little tin is. I mean, it's adorable. Even the bottom has something. So cute. So I do have it kitted with the DMC as a potential, if I finish this Dash Away All, as a potential for stitching. And I also was influenced by my friend Christy, Crosshatch Quilts, to kit up Teresa Kogut Land That I Love. I've had this chart for a while. Teresa Koguts are scary. They scare me because they're so big and so dense, but they're so pretty. So I kitted it. Here are the threads. The only one I pulled on here that's not called for is Freedom as a sub for Blue Corn, because I don't have Blue Corn, but I think it looks similar enough. We'll see, I don't know. I kitted it and I did pull 2 potential fabrics for it. Maybe we'll put them up here to make it easier for myself. I was going back and forth on the idea of doing some kind of 103 conversion and stitching it on 46 count because it's so big, but I was overwhelmed at the 46 count, or at the conversion. It wasn't working for me. And so I was like, okay, if I kitted it with the threads, since I already have them, and just did it on 40, and it just is going to be bigger. So these are the fabrics that I pulled as a potential for it. This one is Xjude Designs beige gray. Yes, beige gray. And this one is Needle and Flax Steinbeck. So these are the colors that are potentials. I'm kind of leaning towards the Steinbeck. This one here, kind of leaning towards the Steinbeck. I think the called for is a Weeks Tin Roof, but someone told me that they think it's in Teresa's video talking about this chart, she said that they think that she thinks her fabric she stitched this on was mislabeled as tin roof, and she thinks that it's colonial gray. So, I mean, honestly, I'm leaning Steinbeck. But it is Veterans Day coming up. Whoop, there goes all my things. I think Veterans Day is on Tuesday. Tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. So I'm thinking about starting it tomorrow for Veterans Day. Since I just finished my other one, I have one other patriotic whip right now, but I just don't feel like working on it. So that's a potential to start tomorrow for Veterans Day. Other than that, no stitching plans. I did pull out Elizabeth Dinsdale, and I brought her downstairs with all of her silks, so she's not up here. She's already downstairs, but I haven't even stitched her yet. I only have the PDF of her. Elizabeth Dinsdale. So I did pull her out, and she's downstairs. I'd like to do a little bit of work on her today probably, and then most likely probably start this tomorrow. But that, other than that, is just my only stitching plans. I have a lot of wedding things to do. Oh, that's the other thing I did. I was like, I know I did more things. I am part of my husband's baby sister is getting married on Saturday, and I'm part of the bridal party. And so we did a bachelorette dinner for her on Saturday. And then went back to our other sister-in-law's house for champagne and opening of the sexy gifts. So we did that, and then I think in a few days I've got to go to a rehearsal, and I've got to bring the girls because they're in the wedding party. They're flower girls. So we're doing rehearsal and then kind of decorating the venue a bit, and then the wedding is the next day. So that's what we're doing this week, is wedding things. And I know I started a wedding sampler for them, and that's as far as it's gotten. I have not been able to stitch on it. I don't know what it is. It's the 2 strands. I know it's the 2 strands. Ugh, I just don't like it. And so it's like, I've been so busy, and when I'm sitting down to stitch, like, I want to stitch when I want to stitch. I'm selfish that way. I digress. So that's all the stitching related things. Let's talk the shows I've been watching. I watched a movie. It is Persuasion, based on Jane Austen's book Persuasion. It's a Netflix movie starring Dakota Johnson. I'm not the biggest fan of Dakota Johnson, but I loved this movie. I don't know who the male lead is. I don't know who he is. He looks like a character from Peaky Blinders, but I didn't do any cross-referencing to see if it actually was. But I loved this movie so much. It's definitely added to my regular rotations now. Did I talk about this already? You guys, I can't remember. Because I know I talked about this movie, but I don't know if I talked about it on here or to somebody else. If I've talked about it on here before, I am sorry. You're going to hear about it again, I guess. I won't say too much more, but it's on Netflix. It's so great. It's one of those, I don't know if you've ever seen Fleabag on Prime. She breaks is it called the fourth wall? Breaks the fourth wall, where she'll talk to the camera, like in the middle of conversations with characters around her. She'll like break away and look at the camera and talk to you. I love that. I love Fleabag. If you've never seen Fleabag, it is not a show to watch around children, but it is hilarious. So anyways, Persuasion, this was like that. So Dakota would break off. I can't even remember what her name was in the movie. Mary? She would break off and talk to the camera. And it was, I love that kind of style of filming. And so it was really fun. And it was just very much Jane Austen vibes, obviously, and that kind of era, the dress and everything. And they were in like seaside towns, and I loved it. Go watch it. And then my husband and I started a show on Prime called The Chosen. I had been told by many people to watch it. My brother loves this show. My mom loves this show. And we're like 3 episodes, maybe 4 episodes in on the first season. And you can tell they had little to no budget to do the first season. But there's 3 or 4 seasons, or maybe even 5 seasons. There might be more seasons than that. So obviously they got the money started coming in from somewhere. And I'm just kind of bored. It's the story of Jesus. But it's like very true to like are they in Jerusalem? It's very true. Like all the characters look like they belong there, right? And I loved it. I love that aspect, but it's kind of boring. It's boring right now. We're kind of struggling to get through it. But I've heard to hang on, because by the time you get to the next season or the end of the first season or something, it's like really, really, really good. And it was a really highly rated show last year. So we're going to push through, but he's been gone. So I haven't watched it because we watch it together. So we're going to hang on and we're going to keep pushing through. This whole week I've been watching Peaky Blinders again. You guys, it is ridiculous. I wish Netflix would keep track of how many times you've watched a show, because they would probably stop recommending the show to me and they'd be like, girlfriend, you've watched this enough. I think you might have a problem. You might be sick and you need to go see somebody for your mental disorder, for your issues. You've watched this show way too many times. I just love it. I just love it. I've been watching that. It's like a comfort show. I've been stressed. This week was a lot. So I've been watching Peaky Blinders. And also been watching The Real Housewives of Salt Lake. Please tell me you are watching The Real Housewives of Salt Lake. This season is absolutely bananas. It is wild. It is amazing. Amazing, first of all. I am convinced that Mary Cosby is watching the show along with us as she's there present in the moment, because her commentary during these scenes is perfection. She's so funny. And I don't think she's even meaning to be funny. She just is funny. She's so blunt and she just like doesn't care. I don't know. Oh, she cracks me up. But last episode, I was just genuinely angry when it ended, because I was like, we have to keep going. I need more of this train wreck. It is so good. I've been watching it on Peacock. Please go watch it. Someone told me Andy Cohen was on a podcast and they asked him who is the worst housewife of all the housewives to work with, like past, present, all of them. And immediately, without skipping a beat, before she even finished her question, he goes, Lisa Barlow. Oh, but it's great. It's so great. Now, people who live in Utah, have you ever seen Vida Tequila anywhere? Have you ever seen it? I've never seen Vida Tequila anywhere I've gone. I've never heard of anybody drinking it. I've never heard of anybody buying it. Never. I've never seen it in a store. This has got to be a money laundering front, right? Like, it has to be. Something is going to go down with this whole thing, all of her businesses. Oh, but seriously, if you live in Utah, please tell me if you have seen Vida Tequila available anywhere other than her club. Okay? I have to know. Oh, man. Okay. That is it. Oh, I'm currently watching Memoirs of a Geisha. I'm halfway through it. It's a 3.5 hour movie. I remember I read the book when I was a teenager. I remember reading the book, and then me and my mom rented from a movie rental store the movie when it came out and watched it. But that is the last that I had anything to do with it. I just remember that it was good. And it's on Netflix right now. And it was either that or The Green Mile, because I did kind of want to watch The Green Mile too. Both sad movies. I don't know what's wrong with me. I read a sad book too. I don't know what's wrong with me. So I'm watching in the middle of Memoirs of a Geisha. I am currently watching that. But I did just finish a book. I don't have a picture of it. It's called The Nightingale from Kristen Hanna. Where's my pictures? I listened to, nope, that's not it. I thought I had a screenshot of the book title. Apparently I do not. I got rid of it. The Nightingale from Kristen Hanna. It's about two sisters living in France during World War II. It was one of the best books. It's a historical fiction, so it's not a true story, but based on true events. It was incredible. It was one of the best books I have read in a really, really, really long time. It just like, it's one of those that just change your brain chemistry. Something about it. I have never cried so many times in a book. And I was listening to the audiobook because that was back when I didn't have my hours cut at U-Haul. So I was listening to a lot of audiobooks. So I had the audiobook, and I am so glad that I was not listening to this book while working, because I was a mess through half of it. I know that sounds like crazy. Like, read this book. It'll crush your soul and break your heart and tear it into 1,000 pieces. But do it. And it is being made into a movie. They've officially announced that. The two sisters are going to be played by Dakota and Elle Fanning, real sisters in real life, which I think is amazing. And they actually look like the characters too. So that's very exciting. But this book was incredible. I promise it's worth it. And I want to go read some other Kristen Hanna books now, because just based on how good that one was. So anyways, that really is it. I am going to add some videos at the end of this some clips at the end of this video of my Christmas decorations, because I do have my Christmas up. That was one of the things that kept me sane this week, was decorating my house with joy. And I'll include those at the end of this video, and I will see you hopefully next week for my next one. Bye.